Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
All right. How's your week going?
Oh, fast. Very fast. It's going fast.
Definitely.
And today we have a great topic recommended by somebody.
Oh, who did that?
This is Jamie's topic.
All right.
It's striking close to home, maybe. What's the topic, Jamie?
How do you know if you need a full new, completely done website?
Yeah. How do you know? When you're going to redesign your website, I'm going to give you 3 big signs that you need to look out for. And actually, these are pretty easy to spot. And once you do take on this project, there are a number of things you're going to have to take care of, but that'll be a different podcast. We've probably done an episode or 2 about, what to do in a redesign, but this is 3 signs to know. It's time. It's time, Jamie.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
Okay. Sign number 1, and this is going to be some technical stuff. You have something called Google Analytics installed that you should have an account with if your agency or if your designer was on the ball, that will tell you about a lot of information about the site visitors. It's going to tell you what words they found, what keywords they used to find your site. It's going to also tell you one of the most important ranking factors, and that's called the bounce rate. The bounce rate means what percentage of people are coming to your website and leaving immediately. So they went to your website and they're like, not interested. And then they bounced, right? They left the site. And the higher that bounce rate is, the more it's going to affect your ranking. And then thus it's going to affect the number of calls you're getting and the number of clients you're getting. Because if your site is old, out of date, that bounce rate's going to let you know why. And it's not just your opinion of your website. There are people who come to your website and they just go, okay, this doesn't speak to me, so I'm out. So if you see a super high bounce rate, you can check to see in Google Analytics over time what your bounce rate is. Just do a quick search on whatever, ChatGPT will tell you how to do it. And then you can go to your settings of Google Analytics and you can just check those out. But if your bounce rate's pretty high, then you should start thinking it's time for a site redesign. Okay.
Yep.
Easy one. That means it's not up to you and your spidey sense if hey, is my business down? That kind of thing. It's pretty apparent when you can see that cycle coming pretty easily if you're looking at your Google Analytics account. Okay.
Yeah. People are sticking around or leaving right away.
Well, because a lot of times your business may have changed and your customers may have changed, and then their wants and needs and desires have changed. So if you're not addressing them, then they're going to go to your site and leave because you haven't solved or helped them their problem. Okay, so that's big indicator. Next one. Look at your competition. Every couple of months, you should already be checking out your competition, looking at their website, seeing what kind of new innovations, any kind of new competitor that's out there, you should know. And you can just do a quick Google search for the keywords that you want to rank for and what you're getting business for. And then you can just take a look around. Easy. If yours, and do a side-by-side comparison. If yours looks really dated and old and kind of frumpy, take a look in the mirror. Maybe it's time for a redesign. And then next, think about, am I going to use that Indian designer again? Am I going to offshore this to a designer who doesn't know my business or doesn't speak my language or charges me $10? Understand that when you do outsource and when you do go for that cheapest website design possible, you're going to get pretty much garbage. and don't expect that to change if your budget is $300 for a business website. If that's your budget, then good luck. We do take on clients like that, and we get probably about 2 weeks, 3 weeks into the process, and we put on the brakes and say, hey, we're going to bring people to this site, but it's so bad that people are not going to like it. That bounce rate is still going to be super high, and there's not much we're going to be able to do about that because, whoever designed this, they did it with their eyes closed.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised. These are giant companies who obviously either got super ripped off or just didn't have anybody in charge who knew what they were doing. So, okay, so number 2 is just check out your competition, see what they're doing, and see if see how you honestly do an honest assessment, and that will also give you a little insight into what services they are performing that are making them the most money. Right. So you can also add those to your services too.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Next one. So think about your business, and maybe it's been a year or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 since your last website redesign, and think about how has your company changed? What services maybe you added, what services you eliminated, what things you're doing new that maybe you weren't doing before that redesign was done. So those kind of things will also, they will, inspire you to update your site.
Sounds good. Yep.
Thank you. That's all. Those are the 3. Any questions so far?
Well, yeah. So when you are looking at your analytics, then you look at your competitor site or competitor's site, and then you look at if your business has changed. Well, what if the market has changed? So,
yeah, definitely. If your clientele has started to change from what they need, and then you can provide those services, yeah, definitely. That you should adjust, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
And then, so now you've determined. This is probably another podcast maybe next week. You've determined, yes, I do need to get a redesign going. What are the next steps?
Start looking for website design companies that have good reviews. Don't go with one or with, you can search for 3 or 4 that, you like. Go to their website, check out how they rank in their area. You can see if you've listened to this podcast, you can put their website through that schema validator just to do a quick check. That's what we do, and then we can see if they even have schema on their website. If you're a local business owner, and you're going to check for an agency and what they're doing, you would expect them to know what schema is, because it's kind of one of the building blocks, the basic foundation of a local business is to have correct schema. And you can just put their website, it's a free tool, just look up schema validator, put it in there, and see if they have schema beyond website as their schema. That if it's really basic looking, then yeah, probably move on. That's a big red flag. So, but yeah, you want to check their reviews. Make sure that, like Jamie always says, he wants a holistic reputation, meaning he wants reviews not just on Google, but on Yelp and other places where the site, their business has been around enough that people have reviewed them on a number of different sites. That way, because with Google, up till about 2 years ago, you could buy reviews. And so it's possible that they did that at that time, and those reviews have just stuck. So you want to make sure that you just check some reviews, go through and make sure all the names sound normal. They're Western sounding if you're in an English speaking country. You can use your spidey sense to think if those are real or not. Okay.
Yep. That sounds very good.
Those are easy.
Very easy. And then what if you are looking at like your competitor site and you say, oh, I like that one, for example. Could you go to that competitor site? Generally, they have Bob's website at the bottom. Would you advise using that competitor's website person?
No. And that's a major red flag. If you see that at the bottom of their site, it says website designed by whoever, it means they don't know the first thing about local SEO. That's a major red flag. So don't ever go with that one. That's a great tip off that place isn't putting their clients first. They're putting themselves first. They're taking away that client's reputation and kind of siphoning off the power of that website into their own business. So
got it.
Definite red flag. I would just look online and you can, look online locally. Start with your own local area and start searching for website agencies. And then go back to our, in our episodes, there are red flag episodes that, how to find an agency or a designer that's going to satisfy what you want. And number one, of course, is to get more calls, not just to make a pretty website. So you want to make sure, like I said, that Google schema validator, the schema validator markup, just type in those words, it'll come up. Do that. That's the easiest way to check to see if that company knows what they're doing. Because Jamie, it's 95% of them don't. I mean, wow. It is jaw-droppingly just unbelievable how many people say that they know SEO, and then you put their site into that schema validator and it comes up, snake eyes. It's crazy. But they're selling that service because they know it's a buzzword that they can, kind of smoke and mirrors you into signing a contract.
Sad.
Yeah, it is sad. I mean, but kind of weirdly, like any industry, especially one that isn't really, there's no licensing to do this. And so any grandpa can call themselves a website designer, and as long as they paid somebody in India to make their site look okay, then yeah, they can sell that. I mean, it's frustrating, I know, but I've seen it's not just this industry that has people who don't know what they're doing.
See it almost in every industry, unfortunately.
Pretty much.
So keep going.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, your question has validity.
All right.
How do I check?
Good one. Well, with that, we will wrap it up there. And thank you, Adam. It's very, very helpful because lots of businesses have been in business for a long time and they know the website redesign is upon them and they should probably get it done. And things may have gotten to the point where, it's a good idea to get it going. So looking forward to get ours going. But this is a really good topic for probably every business owner out there. So if you do know a business owner out there that is struggling with their website or their local service, want to get more business, share out this podcast and like and subscribe this episode especially. And then if you have a question about local search engine optimization, go to our website, magnifiedmedia.net, click on the podcast button. Search for any topic you can think of. Chances are there's at least 1 or 2, 3 or 4 episodes there. And if not, send us a message on LinkedIn or Facebook, Local SEO in 10, and we will try to cover that topic in a future episode. And then lastly, if you can give us thumbs up, 5 stars wherever you're listening to us, that helps our ranking wherever you are listening to it and gets our message or gets Adam's message out to more and more earballs. So with that, we will talk to you next week. And thanks again.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.